Okay, when I say hearing is believing, I know Lori, all of our hosts have been making that analogy that's like going from black and white to color television. Well, think of this as high definition sound. 12 levels, not the 6 that we have done in this price range, actually for more money. AccuVoice is exclusive technology. One plug connection. I'm telling you, if you can plug in your toaster, your curling iron, you can do this. By the way, it's also upgraded with Alexa Ready. They're extending the 2-year warranty exclusively for HSN, along with great memberships and added value. All you do is pick your color of choice. Do you want our classic black? Do you want that espresso? Can only find that here. Or do you want the titanium? This show, and then I think Adam only has one other airing coming up tonight, I believe, in his open house show. All for today's special price. If you are new to HSN, remember all of those prices. Today's special means, what you probably are guessing, expires at the stroke of midnight. And then those flex pays are interest-free payments at a little over $46 on your credit card with free shipping, but no kidding. Read those reviews. They read like love letters. Moms of America, you know how I was saying this was a gift for dad, but it really is a present for you. Many of the reviews say this is the marriage saver, but not only that, sound, if you have diminished hearing, it takes you away from the event. Anyone who's had a family member like me who, you know, has either had someone who is partially deaf or does have impaired hearing knows you cannot put a price on the gift of sound. And moreover, if we are talking about sound, now here's the interesting thing about this. When we talk about sound, it is not like Spinal Tap, okay? So this is your regular TV speaker. You know how Spinal Tap wanted to go to 11? Well, here's your flat panel television without your ZVOX. Let's do
Types of
it.
pieces have been found in pre-Columbian sites such as temples and ruins, so it makes it a real good treasure.
That's amazing.
Across the bottom, 142,000.
So let's do it again.
Divided by 1609, you're gonna get somewhere right around.
Is that the emoji?
Every 1 hour. Great Scott, right?
Okay, how about ZVOX? I don't know about you, but I'm blown away. So you know what? It's not even a fair competition. So again,
to be very special.
TV sound. Sorry guys, I'm going faster than the graphic there.
We're a lot together.
ZVOX sound.
And I can't see myself being with anyone else but you.
George.
Karen, I want us to spend the rest of our lives together.
Okay, now I would have to have that on loudspeaker if a man ever said that to me. But you get the general idea here. And notice again, that was all without adjusting the volume. So Lori, I know I've taken enough time away from you. You've been so great to join us, Skyping and Zooming from your home. But when we say the difference is clear, I think a lot of our shoppers understand the value of, oh, I went from standard definition to 4K, or even on your internet, I went to broadband, I went to a faster broadband. But we really don't realize the value of sound until you get it at home. And Lori, you know, you've read the reviews, I've read the reviews. People actually get really emotional about their ZVOX. And the one thing that I can tell you, and you know this is true, this is our best, it's the lowest price in America, it's exclusive technology. People are trying to copycat them, they are the pioneers. It's only for this show and one more airing. But you know, at the end of the day, Lori, it's not about volume. It's about clarity and it's about separation. So can you describe the technology and some of the differences and why those reviews read like love letters?
Yeah, absolutely. And great job with the demo, Shannon. You did it. Woo! So this is ZVOX. If you have never seen ZVOX, this is life-changing technology for anybody who's frustrated not being able to hear the voices on TV. I am telling you, this is all ages, all walks of life. Every type of person is having an issue hearing television, and especially the voices and dialogue. And one of the main culprits is the teeny tiny speakers found inside these flat screen TVs. And you know why? There's no room. They can't put in larger speakers. Plus, they probably don't want to go to the expense seconds. And now these speakers are leaving us wanting when it comes to what's happening in that show, being able to hear dialogue. And we found, Shannon, as we opened up a few TVs, that a lot of these speakers aren't even firing towards you. They're either firing down or back towards the wall because of the placement and the lack of space inside the flat screen TVs. So I think a lot of us have come to the realization over the years that we need something to enhance the sound. Well, that's where ZVOX came in. So over 13 years ago, this team that came from a sound mixing and hearing aid background, this whole team of folks came together. They made the first ever soundbar in the first place, right? And then they also brought to life this AccuVoice technology. So what this does, it has patented hearing aid technology. It relies on powerful algorithms that go to work to grab the voices out of whatever you're watching, whether it's a bang 'em up, shoot 'em up movie, whether it's, you know, a sporting event, maybe it's just the nightly news, whatever it is, it's going to grab the voices, pull them up, clarify them, and then push them towards your ears in a way that you can hear every single word as clear as a bell. It is totally life-changing for anybody who's ever rewound over and over again to get the plot points, or maybe you're like I was, honey, can you turn it up? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Driving everybody crazy in the room. And I don't think I have hearing issues. I just know that with all of the sound muddled together with the poor speakers, that it just wasn't working for me. ZVOX has changed everything. So this is a 4th generation product, as you mentioned, Shannon. The 1st generation has 1 level of ZVOX AccuVoice technology. That's that patented technology. The next version had 6 levels. Shannon, this one has 12. So you're getting 6 levels of that AccuVoice technology that lifts up the voices and pushes them forward so you can hear everything clearly. And then 6 levels of brand new technology called SuperVoice. So that is going to allow all of the background noise to take a step back. So when that happens and the voices are pushed forward, now you can really hear everything more clearly than ever. And you're right, it's not about volume. You can crank up the volume all day long. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to understand what people are saying on TV. Now, real quick, I know the sound that you're doing in the studio sounds a lot better than what I'm trying to accomplish here at home, but I just want to run you through the levels, because with 12 customizable levels, this is going to work for everybody. So TV sound, I hope you guys can hear that. It's super loud here. So this is on level 30. So I'm not touching the volume. I'm just going to turn on the ZVOX.
These types of pieces have been found in
So there's that AccuVoice level number 1.
And ruins, so it makes it a real good treasure.
Level 2, and especially with accents.
142,000 divided by
3,
1609, you're going to get somewhere
4,
right around
5,
88 miles
6.
every 1 hour.
Are you ready?
Great Scott.
Without. I couldn't even hear that teacher. I would have absolutely no idea what he is even saying. And then when you press and hold your AccuVoice button for 3 seconds, that's going to take you into the brand new SuperVoice technology. So this is amazing.
Very special. We've been together for a
SuperVoice
long
1.
time now.
We have 2.
Yeah, we've been through a lot together.
3.
And I
4.
can't see myself being with anyone else
5.
but you.
6.
Karen.
And then without SuperVoice. So Shannon, I want to hear this proposal. I want to hear what goes down instead of hearing all that background noise and all those people talking. Does she say yes? Does she say no? What happens? Instead of missing plot points, you can get very affordable technology that if you buy this soundbar that just launched from ZVOX out on the market, we all know it's $300 just for the speaker bar, but for such a low price to get this home and be able to understand TV again, I mean, it is a true gift and an amazing, amazing choice for Father's Day, because you're right, it benefits the whole family.
It does indeed. So I would love for you to see that if purchased separately. So you know we always have a money-back guarantee here at HSN, 30-day return policy. We're paying to send it to Dad. This is exactly what Lori was distinguishing for us. Listen, I shop on that other website. I know you do, for heaven's sake. So it's $300 there. And quite frankly, it's worth every penny because they are the pioneers and the originators. There are a lot of people trying to copycat them. So you can look at this at better than a half-off sale, but then you get all of the other added value benefits. Espresso, we have fewer than 700. I should point out it's basically kind of that halo effect. I love that it's really the framing of the device itself. As an example, I have a cherry wood armoire that my television is in, and so this would be perfect if you have a lot of wood tones, so you do need to act quickly if you want that. We have the titanium and we have the black, and I think when we were talking about volume, I'm just gonna show this live, and then I'll do another demonstration in the studio as well, but And considering I've got some back and neck issues today, this is no small feat for me. We think that this is the alternative. Now, Lori, I know you can still hear me. Did you spend what? I'm trying to remember. I think you told me what, almost $300 on just this speaker? Because I know this was yours prior to ZVOX, right?
Yeah. Yep. So I brought that in because I wanted to illustrate what you would typically think you would need, right? To hear better. That soundbar was almost $400.
Almost $400.
It was many times this. Yeah. And this has virtual 3D surround sound. And Shannon, that took a bad problem of all the sounds being mixed together of the poor speakers and just made it louder. ZVOX is about clarifying. So this is going to grab those voices and clarify them, and you don't have to have this big clunky eyesore that looks like the bumper off of a car, right?
No,
it's crazy.
It's really true. And you know what? Here's the thing. This is one of your last airings. Adam, I love Adam dearly, and if you haven't seen his open house show, you need to. That's coming up at 9 o'clock, but he will have the last show. I always say with Lori, and this is coming from someone, I actually do have diminished hearing. I've worked in radio or television all my adult life, even in high school, and in my left ear, you know, the big joke in my relationships is that your good ear? And it's really not even a joke because, you know, if you have someone like me or my grandfather had to wear hearing aids in both ears, so it actually runs in our family, you know how challenging it can be. It gets to be a really emotional issue. I mean, the people in my life, maybe bad choices in men make the right choice in speaker, but it really wasn't funny. It's like, is that the good ear? So the hardest thing about this presentation, as I often say with Lori, is to just get you to put your toe in the water. Take that leap of faith. And maybe you're even saying to yourself, listen, I don't have a problem, you know, hearing. You may have more of an issue and you don't realize it. When I say the biggest challenge for us is just to get you to join us, to call, log in, shop that app, to get it at home. And when we say the difference is clear, we are not kidding. It is truly priceless. In fact, the overwhelming response on those customer reviews, always a customer pick at the higher price, always a customer pick without the 12 levels of distinction, always a customer pick without, you know, all the advanced features and the bonuses and the extras. One plug connectivity. I'm going to have Lori show that to you in a moment. But just because, and remember, we're doing these demonstrations. Oh, an extended warranty as well, 2-year warranty. These are all things that ZVOX does just for us. And by the way, they don't do it for the big other website that sells it for $300. So just keep that in mind. So even when we do our in-studio or when Lori does a demonstration, we're limited to whatever little itty-bitty speaker that you have on your television at home. So again, this is not about volume. So,
88 miles.
okay. Now, even if I was going to be a little
Great
brave,
Scott, right?
let's give them a shot.
ZVOX.
Let's raise the volume. Okay. Lori said she's doing hers at 30. Okay, not so hot, right? Let's try ZVOX.
I want it tonight to be very special. We've been together for a long time now.
We have.
And we've been through a lot together.
We had a lot of fun over the past years.
And I can't see myself being with anyone else but you.
George.
Karen, I want us to spend the rest of our lives together.
Without?
Wait.
Oh, sorry, dimmed the whole thing. So there's without.
Of course I will. I would love to marry you.
Every comment during your favorite sporting event.
Bulldogs are lining up with 5 on the line. Prep goes wide. Jackson lined up on the near field. Smith making adjustments back in shotgun. As his man beat B-Jack fingertip. Touchdown.
Well, this is from Peru. And normally these ceramic pieces are associated with notable figures.
Wow, my grandfather did travel the world when he was younger.
Well, this find is from the 50s, and it depicts a Peruvian coffee bean farmer, as you can see. He was an influential member of the village, and these types of pieces have been found in pre-Columbian sites such as temples and ruins, so it makes it a real good treasure.
That's amazing.
Across the bottom, 142,000 divided by 1609, you're going to get somewhere around 88 miles every 1 hour. Great Scott, right?
ZVOX. Hear what you've been missing.
Okay, when we say the difference is clear, I mean, we are not kidding. And that's why I say, it is worth a little over $40 on your credit card to get this at home. Please realize that whether you think that you have auditory issues or, you know, challenges with distinguishing between voices, or the commercials drive you crazy because they're so loud, I hope you try it for yourself. I really do. And I know I said it before, and I am going to say it again. The hardest thing we have to do is to get it, get it at home and try it for yourself. Because remember, the difference is clear. I think as consumers, we really understand the difference, well, certainly the difference between black and white and color, but even if you've upgraded to a 4K television recently, when you get this at home, I can promise you, read those reviews. They read like love letters, even at the higher or the regular price. Try it, we'll pay to send it to you. It's a little over $40 on your credit card. So Lori, I know we've covered all the bases, and we'll loop back around to how the difference is clear in terms of what people will hear, but we should also talk about the fact that it's easy to hook up. And that's one of the things that a lot of people say, because, you know, I always reference my mom, I love my mom, but, you know, although Pat is doing a lot on social media now, it's scaring me. I'm like, you know how to Zoom, you know what TikTok is? I mean, but let's be honest, if something is hard, right? If something is hard to hook up, we're not gonna do it no matter how much it improves our life.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to call a handyman. You don't want to, you know, get help for it. This is really easy. Everybody out there is going to be able to plug this in. I plugged it in. I know the folks at ZVOX, they did a test with a 9-year-old girl and their family. She was able to get it up and out of the box in 7 minutes. If she can do it, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And again, virtual 3D surround sound in this one sleek, slim unit. It's only 3 pounds, 17 inches long. This is a custom molded cabinet, so it's acoustically correct. So the sound that comes out of here is bold and rich and incredible. Everything sounds better, but voices really pop. You have that voice enhancement that's built right in. So here's how easy it is to hook up, okay? And we include every single possible cable that you might need. Don't even worry about it. Everything is included in your box. So right over here is where you plug it into power, okay? That's the one on the far left. Then the next one over, that's your optical input. So that's the one you're going to plug with the optical cable. It's the one that has a little light bulb looking thing at each end. You're going to plug one side into ZVOX, the other side into your television set. If you choose to go the analog route, there's another cable in the box. So again, old TV, new TV, this is going to work for just about everybody out there. And then finally, that very last one, that is where you can plug in a subwoofer. You can plug in your headphones if you want to listen to music privately, or you can plug in a phone or a tablet. So you can listen in a lot of different ways. But what I want you to realize about this, it does everything you can possibly imagine. So the hopes that I had for that super expensive $400 soundbar, this is 1,000 times better in my heart and mind, because it's clarifying the voices. And Shannon, one of the other really cool features that we love is that output leveling mode. So the second you hook this up, you're going to notice that it modulates all of the sound. So if you've ever been watching a show at a normal volume and then suddenly the commercials come on and they blast you out, this is going to take care of that for you and help tone down those commercials. So you're not playing or jockeying with that remote control up and down like we typically have to do with TV. With ZVOX, it's a totally different experience. And again, 12-level audiology. So you're getting 6 levels of that AccuVoice technology that clarifies the voices and pushes them forward. And you're getting another 6 levels of the brand new SuperVoice. Again, patented hearing aid technology. And it doesn't matter if you're old, young, have hearing loss, or just are frustrated because you cannot hear the voices on TV. This is going to work for absolutely everybody, Shannon. And at this discount price for a brand new model, I have no idea when we're going to be able to do this again or anything even like this. So I would say if you want to wow dad and treat the entire family for Father's Day, this is a great way to do it. If your kind of escape at home is watching television like mine is, you have got to get a device that is going to make that experience better for you. And if you're someone who really struggles with accents, like my mom and dad, my mom really loves to watch you know, all the mysteries on the BBC, and she loves Sherlock Holmes and all of those, but she can't understand what they're saying. Instead of turning on closed captioning, Shannon, and reading television, who wants to read TV? I want to look in the eyes of the actors and really get the feeling that they're trying to convey to me. And then I don't want to have to rewind all of the time. this is an easier way for you to be able to hear every single word. You're going to love ZVOX if you've never tried it before.
You will indeed. So here's what's happening. Final 10 minutes in the presentation. There's only one more shot coming up with Adam in his open house show tonight. I really hope you try this. And certainly if you've struggled with hearing issues like I or family members have, you already know you need this. It's almost the analogy, and I'm certainly not casting shade on the brand television that we have out here, but I'll give you an example. You can carry the lookalike purse that looks like the lookalike purse. It makes even a better sound, makes even an older or lesser quality television seem better, because it is all about that sound experience. You know very well, think of your favorite movie. I love Jaws. I'm also a big Star Wars fan. You know, I love scary movies too. So I can't think of going to the movie Jaws without ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. You cannot separate the sound from a better movie viewing experience. And if you don't believe me, just get it at home. We're gonna pay to send it to you. There's a 30-day return policy. It's a little over $46 on your credit card to get it at home. This means being really immersed in the enjoyment of whether it's the proposal, did she get the rose or not, or whether it's that football game. Let's be honest, we're gonna have the best seats in the house now, because most of sporting events, our living rooms are gonna be the stadium. So you don't want to miss a moment. And that's the really great thing about this. ZVOX is non-discriminatory in terms of, it's non-denominational in terms of what it improves. It improves dialogue, it improves sound effects, it improves the ratio or the balance of the dialogue, accents or otherwise, to whatever the sound mixer or the sound engineer has done in the studio. Even if we factor out how much you'd spend elsewhere, you see that HSN price of $300? That price, so it's a half off sale from HSN. If we just considered what you would spend here and will spend here at this network after the stroke of midnight with whatever's left, it's a half off sale for us, let alone that retail value of almost $350, well, almost $400. So remember, one of your last airings, easy to hook up, 30-day return policy, free shipping. If you have warm woods in your home like I do, I have warm cherry wood, warm walnut throughout my entire home. I would probably recommend the espresso. Now, I realize it's a great border. It's like a silhouette. You'll see that kind of framing or surrounding the speaker. But boy, oh boy, the way this disappears in that home entertainment center but gives you the best bang for your buck. I have fewer than 700 if you want the espresso. Espresso, just because a lot of people shop after the fact, will certainly be an abbreviated airing by the time Adam has it tonight. Titanium, if you were going for more of that clean kind of urban city, modern chic look. Classic black, our most popular and our biggest seller. So again, the difference is clear, and Lori's gonna do this as well, but dialogue in particular.
As you can see, he was an influential member of the village, and these types of pieces have been found in pre-Columbian sites such as temples and ruins, so it makes it a real good treasure.
That's amazing.
Across the bottom, 142,000 divided by 1609, you're gonna get somewhere right around 88 miles every 1 hour. Great Scott, right?
ZVOX. Hear what you've been missing.
And okay, I'll do it one more time.
I want it tonight to be very special. We've been together for a long time now.
We have.
And we've been through a lot together.
We had a lot of fun in the past years.
And I can't see myself being with anyone else but you.
George.
Karen, I want us to spend the rest of our lives together.
That's what I wait, because Christmas and the holidays are over. And
Will you marry me?
it's so beautiful. Of course I will. I would love to marry you.
Every comment during your favorite sporting event.
Bulldogs are lining up with 5 on the line. Prep goes wide. Jackson lined up on the near field. Smith making adjustments back in shotgun. Floats it, has his man beat. P-Jack fingertip. Touchdown.
Well, this is from Peru, and normally these ceramic pieces are associated with notable figures.
Wow, my grandfather did travel the world when he was younger.
Well, this find is from the 1500s, and it depicts a Peruvian coffee bean farmer, as you can see. He was an influential member of the village, and these types of pieces have been found in pre-Columbian sites such as temples and ruined, so it makes it a real good treasure.
That's amazing.
Across the bottom, 142,000 divided by 1609, you're gonna get somewhere right around 88 miles every 1 hour. Great Scott, right?
ZVOX. Hear what you've been missing.
You know, the thing is, Lori, when we think about how the difference is clear, I think for a lot of us out there, we don't really realize until we get it at home. And I know we're doing these demonstrations and we're limited to whatever speaker you have at your house. I know I showed you Lori's comparison speaker, but I'll just use myself as an example. I was a film major, so TV and video has always kind of been my thing. I spent a lot of money on the sound system that I have at home, and quite frankly, it doesn't do what this does. I mean, and I spent a lot of money. If you put another digit in front of that $139 price, that's what I spent. The sound goes directly into the ceiling, but it just gets louder. It doesn't get clearer. So I know I make my neighbors crazy because, well, you know, you've had that experience. Whether it's a sporting event, whether it's a foreign film, whether it's a newscast, whether it's even your favorite reality show, the difference is clear. ZVOX does what no one else in the industry is doing and what they are doing exclusively here at HSN for this price. Lori, I know we've only got about 90 seconds left. Is there anything that we're leaving out or anything that you'd like our friends to know before we clear the deck for something else?
Well, really, really easy to use remote control. So reimagined with larger buttons. And then for me, I was able to actually train my main remote to operate my ZVOX. So now I can just tuck this right in a drawer. A lot of folks are like, Lori, I can't stand one more remote control. No worries. And then you never have to juggle inputs. So if you switch to Roku or whatever it is you're doing on your TV, you'll always have access to your volume up and down. Ooh, big storm here, which is really great. So you never have to switch inputs, which can be such a hassle. This is super intuitive. And one more thing really quick. We had a caller a while ago, Shannon, and she called into the show. Her name was Kim. She said this saved her marriage because her husband always wanted the TV too loud and she didn't. She wanted it down and they were at each other's throats. They were really, really frustrated with one another. She called and said it was a marriage saver. I ran into her in person. Do you remember this? In a cruise port about a year or so ago. Yep. And she came running up to me. She's like, Lori Leland. And she gave me a hug. She said, I'm Kim. I called the other night. I bought the ZVOX. I have the chills every time I tell this story. It literally, she said, I'm not even exaggerating. She's like, it saved my marriage. We were really, really having a hard time. We weren't getting along well. We wanted to enjoy each other, but instead we were at each other's throats. She's like, with ZVOX, he can hear at a lower level. I can hear everything more clearly. It just makes everyone in the whole family happy. And when you're hearing and understanding TV, it's less work for you. It's more enjoyable. You are going to love this ZVOX. If you haven't ever tried one before, great to get now. If you want to upgrade, it's an awesome time. And think about this for Father's Day. I think Dad would love it.
Oh, he absolutely would. And you know what's so interesting, Lori? When we first did ZVOX, now even with the upgraded technology, I remember we were selling one for about $250. So it's almost like a buy one, get one. Well, Lori, thank you for your help. We'll see you later tonight in Adam's show, correct?
Yes, thank you, Shannon. You did an awesome job with the demo. That's my girl.
Thank you. Love you, girl. Thank you, Lori.
Love you. Bye.
All right, take good care. You'll see Lori coming up in Adam's open house show. And no kidding, I've got my phone on set. I am going to order the espresso because I've been meaning to get it, not only because I have hearing issues, but the truth is I love movies. And it takes you out of the enjoyment of whatever you're watching when you're like, oh, it's too loud, it's too soft. It's too loud, it's too soft. That'll never, ever, ever happen again. I mean, it really won't. 30-day return policy, last couple hundred on that espresso. So if you have warm woods like I